Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dev, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you want it in a 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level. Roll with the topic, sorta like the rebels. When it's game time, they like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4 for 26 or the war in Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys diversified and educated.
What up, everybody out there in War Room Nation? You are once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Dev McMillan. I'm at the round table with my brother, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. Jimmy the Blueprint will be with us in just a moment. All right, hey, B, this thing of ours is days away, so NBA Hoops is definitely on the menu this week. So make sure you guys keep it locked right here. And if you want to get in on the conversation, sign in right now to the JW Philly Realty chat room at blogtalkradio.com/The War Room, or join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. You can call us directly in about 10 minutes after we gamble with Gus and open up the Digital Extreme Tech hotline. That number is 323-410-0012. But before we get started, same reminder we give you every week when we're not live on the air. Make sure you check out archive episodes of our show and also the sister shows on our network. You can do that at the hub, warroomsports.com, and the War Room Sports mobile app, which is free. You can also do it on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Blog Talk Radio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Wherever you do your podcast listening, we are pretty much for sure to be there. What up, fam? We lost a giant in Washington, at least in the Washington, D.C., Maryland area today. Elijah Cummings has passed away, so rest in peace, rest in power to him. What up with you?
Yeah, man, just sad that Elijah passed on to the great beyond and went back to the essence. He was one of the politicians that I at least halfway believed, even if he was lying. He was like your great uncle that you respected and appreciated. Man, salute to him, man. Yo, this football season is interesting, man. I know we're gonna get to that later.
Yeah, it is. What's on your mind?
It's real interesting.
There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of stuff that you didn't foresee, maybe at the beginning of the season or even a few weeks ago. Like, things are changing.
I didn't think Todd Gurley wasn't gonna have no knees. I think the Rams. What the Rams just did. It don't matter. Really? You know what I'm saying. I don't even want to elaborate on that until we get to that. But and I respect dude, and I respect him as probably top 2 in the world, Craig. But it don't matter. It don't matter.
Not gonna matter.
Yeah, not gonna be able to do.
All right, well that's what's up. We're gonna get into that stuff in a few minutes. Before we do, we're gonna get Gus Griffin's investment picks for the week. So we're gonna start off on some NFL stuff. But before we get Gus on the line, just want you guys to know that Hot Topics and Gambling with Gus is brought to you by MyBookie. If you guys want to know how you can make some quick cash, you can do it here, betting at MyBookie. The NFL is in full swing. The NBA is back in a matter of days. The World Series is on deck. So if you still haven't checked out MyBookie, this is the perfect time to check them out. You can lay down some dough on the biggest games in sports. Join us and thousands of other online players placing bets at mybookie.ag. Again, that website is mybookie.ag. If you guys are tired of getting the runaround from those other services when it's time for you to get paid, that's why we urge you to join MyBookie. If you win, you get paid, no hassles. You're basically wasting your time sports betting anywhere else. So join now, and MyBookie will match your first deposit up to $1,000. But in order to get that, you got to use the promo code WARROOM, all caps, WARROOM. That'll activate the offer. So visit mybookie.ag today. Play, win, get paid, period. So we're going to get Gus on the line to get his investment picks for the week. Gus, what's going on? What's going on?
How y'all doing?
All right, man. I see you went 4-3 last week, 16-11 for the year. Time to put the pedal to the metal out here. So,
all right.
How's your week been? You see, we got one participant in the World Series already.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
I think I've had several people kind of blow back that piece I wrote on Charlie Brown, Lucy, and the Washington sports fan. Since I wrote it, the Caps won the title, the Mystics won the title, and now the Nats are in the World Series. If their pitching is anywhere close to what it's been, I think they'll beat either team. So, hey, I'm glad I was wrong. Yeah. Well, I was right at the time, but
hey, I mean, and you're gonna get blowback on it. But what's funny is, like, I mean, I'm hearing stuff from people that never watched a pitch in their life until last week.
I don't consider you wrong. I don't consider you wrong. That's like the whole notion that because the boy that married Sierra, that's about to be MVP, won a Super Bowl that mobile quarterbacks win Super Bowls. No, there's an exception to the rule. Washington is still putrid and will remain putrid as a sports town as long as Daniel Snyder is alive and breathing.
Now, see, I didn't say that.
That's the thing.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
It's like the team, the franchise that they love the most, as long as they're down in the dumps. Like this is a small reprieve for a lot of people because a lot of people really aren't hockey fans. A lot of people aren't really baseball fans, but they need something to grab onto at this time. And I'm not knocking them. Every town goes through it. When a team gets this far, the bandwagon gets full. Whether you've ever watched a play in that sport or not, you feel some kind of pride in your town. So, it's a whole lot of new baseball fans out here. But no.
There's a sheep element. There's a sheep element in all of them.
I kind of felt like the Dodgers were the only team, at least in the National League, that could beat them. Once they beat the Dodgers, I'm like, oh, well, I don't think the Cardinals stand a chance. And obviously with the sweep, they didn't stand a chance.
They did. No.
But like you said, they have a good chance with Houston or New York, whoever finishes it off. But let's get into these picks for the week. Like I said, you were 4-3 last week, 16-11 for the year. And we're going to start with that putrid franchise that B. Austin just spoke on. The Washington professional football team are hosting the surprising San Francisco 49ers. 10-point spread in this game. Where are you going with it?
I'm going with Washington plus the 10. Here's the deal. Callahan, unlike his predecessor, is run first. He's not going to try to fit a square peg into a round hole, so to speak. He's got one of the best ever, even if he's not what he used to be. He's 75% of what he used to be. And Adrian Peterson, I think that's able to take a possession or two away from San Francisco. It's a degree of a letdown game for the 49ers. They're very good. Very good. A lot of speed on the backfield and on offense. But it's a degree of a letdown game. They're coming across the country, 1 o'clock start. I think they'll be able to take enough possessions away to just keep it close enough. They got Scary Terry on the outside. Maybe they get a couple plays downfield. Washington, that is. I think they'll be able to keep it close enough to cover the 10.
Okay. All right. So then we have the Chargers at the Titans, and that's a 2-point spread on that one. I guess usually the home team, you get 3 just for being the home team is what they say.
Exactly.
So what's your thoughts on this one?
Chargers. They've been slumping. They haven't played well recently, but you can run on the Tennessee Titans. And the Chargers have 2 starting running backs. I think this is going to be Melvin Gordon's breakout game. And they're a bit desperate. And I think everybody knows that Ryan Tannehill is not a savior. So Chargers plus the 2, they'll win outright.
Yeah, for the past 2 seasons, last season and this season that's in progress, the Chargers they've been that sexy team that people think can contend, and then they come out and they start like this. So they're in need of a big one here. So they better pull this out. Then we got this may be the big. Well, this is one of the maybe 2 biggest games of the weekend. You have the Ravens at the Seahawks. Spread on this one is 3. 2 evenly matched teams, you think?
I think it's the game of the weekend. I think it's going to be a straight shootout. I'm taking the Ravens plus the 3 as one of the. Again, I think it's going to be a great game. The Ravens are one of the best traveling teams in football. They've been for a long time. Even last year, they went to L.A. and beat a very red-hot Charger team. And at that time, Lamar Jackson wasn't anywhere near as developed as he is now. And people aren't afraid to go to Seattle anymore. It's not the home field it once was. So I'm taking the Ravens plus the 3. I think they're going to win outright.
Okay. All right, then we got the Jets coming off their biggest win of the year. But they got to go see they're hosting the Patriots, I believe. And it's a 10-point spread in this one.
Going with the underdog again. If there's any team that illustrates why the quarterback is the most valuable position, it's the Jets this year. I wasn't a big Darnold fan, and I'm a USC fan in college, but boy, in that first half, and we're not talking about a sorry defense, though they're not playing as well as they can. That first half, man, he looked every bit the number one pick worthy. And they got a couple of outside weapons with Crowder, and was it Anderson? I think I got the right name. The guy he threw the big touchdown pass to. I think that's going to give Le'Veon a little room to be Le'Veon. Gaze has beaten the Patriots the last 2 years in Miami, and the Patriots are due for a down game. So I'm going to take the Jets to cover the 10. I ain't got the guts to pull an upset call, but I'm going to take the Jets to cover the 10.
And that's just what Le'Veon needed. Go ahead, B.
Can we pause here for a B. Austin station identification moment? I just would like to say, I'm going to keep it a million with y'all. I have never really paid a lot of attention to Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold better than Dak, yo. And I'm not saying that because of who I am and where my allegiance lies. Yo, I watched him.
Just trying to rile up the Cowboys fans.
No, listen. It isn't even. It's not what you think. His ability to use his eyes, manipulate defenses, pre-read. Yo, he is kind of nice.
He looked good that first half. That first half, he looked.
We'll see as the season goes on. I mean,
man,
if
really
he is that good, that's what Le'Veon
actually watched him. Yeah.
No, same for you. I mean, I've watched Darnold play, but it's difficult to say I'm gonna sit down and watch Jets games every week. So last season,
to say that.
Yeah, like last season I didn't see a ton of them, but yeah, I mean he definitely has potential. I'm not where you are yet, but he has potential. He looked great last week.
Shout out to my cousin. Dak ain't shit. Shout out to my cousin Robin Anderson, because I knew about him. I knew he was in the league, but I didn't want to claim him because he was on the Jets. But that's my cousin. Kind of good. He's always been fast. He's dropping balls. But I'm sorry, Gus. Go ahead. I just wanted to point out that Sam Darnold better than that.
All right, so we got an over/under here. We got the Bills and Dolphins under 41 points. That makes sense. The Bills defense. Dolphins might not score.
I think the Bills defense is the most underrated, under the radar unit in the league in terms of offenses and defenses. The Dolphins have gone to Fitzgerald. You never know what you're going to get from him, but I don't think he's going to. Even if he gets a couple of touchdowns, this is I see this as a 24-14, more likely 23-6 game. So I'm taking the under there.
If they hadn't gone to Fitzpatrick, though, this would probably be like a 20-0 game. But Fitzmagic is good for at least 2 touchdowns. So
he'll throw it down. He's not scared. That's one thing you can say about him.
Yeah. I mean, that leads to interceptions, but it's better than what they had. They still get some excitement. So we have another over-under here. We have the Packers-Raiders over 47 points.
Yes, the Raiders have gone over 3 straight games, and I don't see any reason why they can't continue. The Raiders and the Lions are better than I think pretty much most of us thought they would be. And I'm sure Al Davis has a middle finger up at the league right now because I don't know if you realize it, but they'll have played 5 straight weeks on the road if you include London. Yeah, they got a bye in between there, but I mean, it's really a pretty rough stretch. And if anyone saw the first three with the Bears, the Colts, and I think it was Minnesota, and if you told them that they'd be 2-3 after that in that 3-game stretch, you'd be happy. So they're better than we thought. I think the Packers, they're still not very good on defense, so I think the two of them can easily clear that 47 points.
Okay, and I just realized on the last two I gave your answers before you did. So we're going to go Seahawks, Ravens. Their over-under is 49. Where are you going on that one?
Well, like I said earlier, that's going to be a shootout. So I think you got two dynamic quarterbacks, and I think they're going to kind of go up and down. Well, this is what I can do. This is what you can do. Kind of like Bird and Dominique in that '88 playoff game. I know I'm dating ourselves, and if y'all know what I'm talking about, you're dating yourselves too.
I know, because I laughed. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
So I think this is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be the best game of the weekend. I'm taking the over there. I see a 27-24 minimum game.
All right, you got any upset specials for us?
Give me the Chargers and give me the Ravens.
All right, so Chargers over the Titans and the Ravens over the Seahawks. Who cares about
and jump on that now. You should jump on that now because I'm sure that line with the Titans being a favorite is going to shrink by Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's going to move.
So some of the times when I'm doing this on the Thursday, which I normally don't make my final decision until Sunday morning, but the investors out there need to realize, look, if you see something you like, jump on it now if you anticipate it's going to move because you may not get it by game time. And it's just like a stock, which is why I so resent y'all referring to what we do as gambling. We're investing, and we need to destigmatize what we do here.
Definitely. It just goes so well with your name now. The segment just flows. All right, so we will see how it goes this weekend. I hope everybody out there who are investors were listening. You got until Sunday morning to get your stuff on. Just watch the market. All right, Gus, so we'll talk to you next week, man.
Okay, still working with my editor on that football and imperialism piece, but early next week I suspect I'd get it to you.
Okay. All right. And we'll talk to you next week, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
All right. That's Gus Griffin, everybody. Go get your picks in. Like you said, that line for the Titans game might move a little bit. So you might want to jump on that now while it's at 2. I don't know where B. Austin went. What up, Jim? Let's real quick. Well, no, because it's probably, I'm going to say real quick, but it might not be quick. I know you guys talked last week about the whole Daryl Morey situation and China and all that kind of stuff. But since everybody last heard from us, the face of the league, one Mr. LeBron James, got himself involved in this whole thing with some comments that he made in reference to what Daryl Morey had said before. And let me read you a quote before we talk about it. The Lakers and the Warriors were playing back on Monday night, and LeBron James was interviewed. He said, quote, "I don't want to get into a verbal feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke. And so many people could have been harmed, not only financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and say we do, even though, yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there could be a lot of negative that comes with that too." Be awesome. So, chime in, fellas. Like, what did you think when you heard these comments from Bron? Because he took a beating on social media, on all the websites, the news, and especially from the people in Hong Kong, because people were kind of calling him out as a hypocrite because LeBron James, whether calculated or not, seems to always be on the right side of history when it comes to advocating for the human condition, for human rights. But in this situation, it kind of seems like, or at least what people made it out to be, was that, okay, in this situation, in a country like China where his shoes make hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, where he has Space Jam 2 coming out and China only allows 34 foreign movies per year, and I'm pretty sure they're trying to get that over there since the NBA is so big. It seems like he has a vested interest.
Damn, they be locking it down.
It seems like he has a vested interest in, taking the side of the Chinese government, if that's what you interpreted him in doing. I think it's kind of twofold, but we'll get into it in a minute. But what did you guys think when you heard these comments from LeBron James? Or do you want me to read his Twitter clarification before you?
Go ahead, B. Austin.
For a long time, I've taken the position that LeBron James and his media team are very calculated, very savvy. They measure the words that comes out of LeBron's mouth. And typically, in the age that he lives in, being the ethnicity that he is, he's usually able to get away with positioning himself to the left a little bit. If we want to look at conservative versus liberal versus moderate, I'd say he's definitely a moderate with some, he's taking some left-leaning positions. I like to borrow from something that my co-host and brother Dev says. If you are not really risking yourself, then you're really not in the struggle. Now, what does that mean? I believe for a lot of the things that LeBron has stood up for, he's been able, his guys have been able to evaluate and look and say, listen, there's no blowback that's going to affect your brand or affect your pockets with the positions that you're going to take. In fact, it's only going to enhance it because you're following the people that follow you, the people that support you. They're going to lean in the same direction as you because they're somewhat anti-authority or anti-establishment. Not really, not revolutionary, nothing like that. But it's always boded well for him, and it hasn't hit his pockets. Now, as he's aged, as I've aged and matured, I actually believed at a point pretty recently that LeBron is genuine and sincere in his desire to be a man, quote unquote, of the people and a civic leader, with his fame and with his dollars. And he certainly has done some amazing things financially for less fortunate folks in his community or the communities that look like his that he came from. But I believe that this was very, very telling. Gentlemen, do you know that 10% of NBA revenue, just NBA revenue, not talking merchandising, not talking these guys' brands, but the actual league revenue comes from China?
And they don't have one team over there. That's crazy.
10% of revenue comes from a place with no team. And I think LeBron is keenly aware. I'm going to let you rock them. I believe that this sort of betrayed his true colors in that the human rights issues that have faced China. What the Chinese are about. You've been there. Dog.
Jim, before you, let me read his clarification tweet before you say anything, because this might have a bearing on you guys' response. Knowing.
No, I saw it all. I
Yeah.
I just want to
let me say it to the people just in case you have something that falls in line with this. He said, he's like, let me clear up some of the confusion. He said, I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences, because this sounds a little different than what he said the first time. He said, I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences and ramifications of the tweet. I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that. My team in this league just went through a difficult week. I think people need to understand what a tweet or a statement can do to others. And I believe nobody stopped and considered what would happen. Could have waited a week to send it. All right, go ahead, Dan. What say you?
I just want to say that when you watch the interview both times and you watch it in its proper context, it looks a whole lot different than the piece that they just ran with. So it's two things here. First off, the whole thing with LeBron, what I find interesting is this, though. When you look back in history and you see some of the people who were considered pioneers or freedom fighters, African American, and you look at some of the things they did in their time versus what LeBron's doing now, history has a way of glorifying certain things where it's easy to say he's not doing anything that puts him in any sort of harm's way, because the fact of the matter is, and I guess that's why most things don't matter, because you'll never be able to please everybody. LeBron gets just as much hate as he gets love. Like I spend time on these tweets, because the tweets is dead, so it's about the tweets now. I spend time on these tweets, and the LeBron love-hate fest is nasty on both sides, but it's about 50-50. He has just as many people who hate him, specifically like the MAGA crowd, because, the president already checked him. So,
he called their president a bum. So.
He has a lot of people that literally hate his guts. So the fact of the matter is, I don't think it's as comfortable to say whatever you want to say, because you're going to be able to rock out because you got your fans fighting for you, because your fans are going to fight for you anyway, regardless of anything. But I think that in history will show this a different way than we're looking at it in real time. In real time, when you look back at some of the people that we hold in high regard now, people look at them as you ain't really doing nothing. All you did is raise a fist. That's how people looked at him at that time. But history shows a different story. Second thing is this: LeBron and his team were out there. He's talking about literal safety. In his perspective is yo, something could have happened to us because of you putting a tweet out. Understand everything that's going on around this. I don't think this is just as simple, because to me at first it didn't make sense. I even said in the group chat, yo, this is off brand, because even if he was about his brand, he would have he could have just not said anything at all and just let it blow over. That's when I was all right, so maybe the commissioner made a phone call yo, we need you to do something about this because it's getting too crazy. Because they were losing money hand over fist. They lost several $1 million in the span of a couple days. So, but when you look at the entire interview, he's talking about literal safety. Literal safety.
But you know,
out there putting out tweets while. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, because, I saw the whole thing in context, and that's why I definitely wanted to read his clarification and get your opinion on that. But I kind of think it's a little bit of all of the above. I definitely think he was talking about safety, because he kept harping on, you can get, stuff could happen to families and that kind of stuff. I think he was low-key trying to tell Maury, you're saying that kind of stuff while we're out here, people might do something crazy, blah, blah, blah. He also said financially. He was not only financially. I think where the optics...
That word makes it crazy.
That's what I'm about to say. I think where the optics, went the wrong way is the fact that he said that first. So the people who want to jump on LeBron for something, they're going to look at the fact that he said that first. The people who want to defend him are going to look at, the stuff that he said a little bit later or alluded to in the interview about, what I interpreted the same way you did, as being about safety. So just like you said, people love him, people hate him. So some people are going to jump on the financial part. Some people are going to jump on the safety part, and they're going to argue that. I think it was a little bit of all of the above. I think he was thinking about everything. But I think after the backlash, his focus went to the consequences and the safety and all of that kind of stuff. Because he might have, he and his team might have seen or thought about it and figured how it may look because of the fact that he even added financially in there in the first place. So after pondering on this for a few days, I really don't think it's as bad as the backlash would have told you it was the day after the comments were made, because even his greatest allies in the media, like Shannon Sharp, had some stuff to say about how he could have worded that better, how he could have said it better, how it looks by saying what you're saying. And everybody just went on a referendum all week about his interests in China as far as shoe sales, movies, what the NBA does in China. So I just think it was one of those things where some of the stuff he said just made for bad optics. But I also agree wholeheartedly that a lot of what he was talking about was about consequences and safety because the Los Angeles Lakers were actually in China when the tweet happened. You know what was also bad optics? The fact that he led with Morey not being educated on the situation. The tweet it didn't tell you that he wasn't educated. But when LeBron said that and then he was asked about certain things, it kind of showed you that he wasn't really educated on the situation. So I'm like, if you're not really educated on it, how are you calling him out?
How are you telling somebody else ignorant? How are you calling somebody else ignorant and you ignorant?
It's kind of weird. Because now LeBron is on I'm not going to talk about it anymore. And that's probably because people are actually asking about the substance of the situation. And you saw him actually say, I'm not talking about the substance. Probably because you're not.
Well, but it's still even with that though, it's still like nobody asked Morey anything. LeBron is responding to questions. Morey came out of the blue with this bombshell. Like, yo, you work for the Rockets, B? Like, so there's a difference between me not being educated and answering a question and say, yo, I'm not going to get into the specifics, and you just coming out of the blue with something that can affect your league, your team specifically, your star player, you affected literally thousands of lives with the tweet on something that you're not. So it's a little difference there, too. But the fact of the matter is, man,
I'm not mad at Morey. I mean, the dude tweeted that he stands with Hong Kong because, he's talking about freedom.
No, I'm not mad at him. My thing is this. He deleted it.
Somebody got at him immediately, like, yo, take that down, cuz. Because he deleted it immediately.
Yeah, like, I'm not mad at him because my thing is, like, yo, you can say whatever you want to say, but you also got to be able to understand that when you say what you want to say, you got to be able to stand as a man behind what you say.
Because people get beat with hammers, B. People will get beat with hammers, B.
People get beat with hammers every day, B.
Yo, people get hit with bangers the size of African spears. But my thing is this: like,
it's warfare in the arena, man. They turn arenas into house of horrors.
Nah, they not bringing KK, CK, and bad vibes out there though, Jimmy.
Listen, man, that's why I don't let words bother me, man. I don't let the N word bother me. I don't let racist. Yo, if you want to stand behind what you say it. That's my thing. Just say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my point to Morey. But the whole thing is like was blown out of proportion because it was LeBron. It's a deep topic, man, because there's so many layers to this thing. First of all, like, I'm gonna go too far because I'm not about oppression anywhere. But at the same time, I also realize that I have a Western mind, so I try to apply what I feel is right to a whole different culture that I have nothing to do with. Mm-hmm. Like, I have nothing to do with that. Like, we always assume
but you're a human though. You're still a human.
I am a human. I am a human.
I went at Daryl Morey
because he tweeted the Martin Luther King quote a couple of years ago. What is it? An injustice?
Yeah.
Anywhere,
everywhere. I got it. I got you.
Yeah, that joint. So they've been throwing that in his face all week as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean,
we could talk about Martin too if you want to talk about Martin, but I'm gonna leave that alone too because I got thoughts about Martin.
I went at Daryl Morey.
Expect different from LeBron on that, and they were looking at it as, wow, you came at this dude for basically trying to speak up for a terrible human condition, but at the same time, if he would, I don't know, I think if he would explain himself a little bit better, people would understand. But I also think people who are intelligent enough to understand can understand, because he did harp on consequences. He harped on stuff that were like key words for, yo, B, dudes was over there when you said that. Like, yo. But a lot of people might not even be trying to see that.
But peep this though. Here's what I find funny in all of this. B also said 10% of the revenue for this entire league comes from there, right?
They don't even have a team.
So what's funny to me about that is this: a lot of cats out here criticizing LeBron and saying the third, but you won't go tell anybody who brings 10% of the revenue in your house. You ain't gonna say nothing detrimental to them either. Let's say LeBron was just talking about bread. let's say LeBron was talking about bread.
It
like
depends,
ESPN's not gonna come
because if
on
your
the air
house
and be
don't
like,
make
yo,
that much
Budweiser.
bread, then 10%, then you might kick that boy out.
No.
But when you're making their kind of bread, 10% is a lot.
Yo, what you think ESPN would do if one of their anchors got on TV like, yo, F Budweiser? Like, said some slanderous stuff towards Budweiser when they're one of their biggest sponsors. Like, come on, cuz, like, yo, you got 10% of your revenue coming from this source, and with the potential to get bigger. That's the crazy part.
They would immediately get Jamel Hill.
Exactly, and the crazy part is they got 10% now with the that's their growth. That's their biggest growth market. Like, ain't nobody coming to no games in Memphis. They get more money in China than Memphis. Come on, man. Like,
the real question
they have the ability.
You talking about, they're 10% in the revenue. The real question is, if they got 10%, if they responsible for 10% of the revenue in a league across the world, why my man Yao Ming ain't a billionaire? That's all I want to know. Yao Ming should somehow be a billionaire.
Who said he not?
I know what you're about to ask. That's true. He could be.
First off, the government taking like, then second off, I was going to take a be upset too. We don't know what y'all sitting on. When last time somebody seen y'all?
I don't know.
Y'all only come out every 3 years.
What's the tax situation looking like in communist nations? How much they brought in the people?
Yo,
what they get,
that's the
like
one
70?
thing, right? So, and the funny thing is, I saw people like criticizing Brian, and who I know work for organizations that do all kinds of evil, and y'all criticizing him, and y'all get up and go to work every day. Y'all ain't gonna quit y'all job.
Yeah, y'all work for Philip Morris, but I got it, Daryl Morey. I got it, Daryl Morey, because there's enough human rights issues right here in his backyard that he doesn't speak up on. So that's my thing. Whenever I see, you're in Texas, and especially considering the history of this country and what we see going on just today, why you didn't get at Amber Geyer? Why you didn't get at
Talk to him.
Zimmerman? Why you didn't get at, you know what I'm saying? You went all the way around the globe.
All the stuff happening in Texas right now with cops, like, what are the actionable items for that? We'll talk about that later. Never mind. Some of y'all get that, some of y'all don't. Anyway, so yeah, this situation is crazy. Like Jimmy and B said, a lot of onions to peel back, but we'll do that as time goes on. I'm pretty sure it isn't the last that we've heard of it. Real quick before we take some calls, I just wanted to get you guys' opinion. We actually mentioned it before because we kind of knew where his, what headspace he was in. But Jaylen Brown has reportedly turned down a 4-year, $80 million deal from the Boston Celtics. And at the end of the season, he's not even about to hit,
Damn.
He's not even about to hit unrestricted free agency. He's about to be
Jaylen Brown on that Vegas Jones.
I'm
on that bet on myself.
What do y'all think is going to happen here? Because he has to play the year out. He's not even big enough to be forcing trades and anything like that. Then he's going to be a restricted free agent. So does Boston make the same deal going into restricted free agency to kind of like show him like nobody's going to match this guy? So like he can. I'm gonna be silly. I'm gonna be silly right here, but not really silly. Sometimes, and this is speculation completely, but sometimes, I'm sitting in my condo in Boston. I'm a baller. You've seen me get buckets in the playoffs. I'm kind of nice, but I get disrespected. And then one of the Kardashians gets $80-some million for 4 points and 7 rebounds. Nah, man, y'all better stop disrespecting me, man. I'm just speculating that that's probably what goes into the minds of guys that turn down deals. Like, it's not a Latrell Sprewell situation. You don't have LeBron James negotiating his contract. Kardashian did.
That's true.
Different
Listen,
story.
man, I feel like
Brian got them dudes paid and then left their ass. Like, yeah, y'all take the salary cap.
First of all, nothing shocks me anymore. Meaning that if he was able to force a trade, it wouldn't even shock me. I know what you said that he's not like a player that could do that, but I don't even know what that means no more. Like, Yo, the sports world is crazy. We got football players forcing trades. Like, what's going on? Like, so it wouldn't even shock me. Yeah, it wouldn't even shock me if he was able to force a trade. That's first. Number two, it also wouldn't shock me if one of these teams out here offered him $100 million. Like, because that's just that's what it is these days.
I'd be shocked.
I mean, what's he gonna do?
I would be shocked. I would be shocked.
I would be shocked. Can add a year and offer him $100, but 4 years for $100, I'd be shocked because we know how the last round of CBA and the contracts. We know how that looked. I think the NBA, they're trying to back up off of that now. Like Tobias always tells us, who we'll talk to in a minute. Like putting out deals like that, we're on a way to another lockout.
I agree with that, but I also feel like Cats ain't done because the thing is,
since he's a restricted free agency, since he's a restricted free agent, Jimmy, I think at the end of the season he's gonna go out and just make sure he get a deal or get an offer that's at least $1 more than what the Celtics offered him. To see if they, so they can just say, all right, we're not giving you that, and he can be out.
Yo,
they're gonna give him $80 million and $1. $80 million and $1.
I just feel like, dog. I feel like the league is crazy. Like no matter how many times they lock out, they be chilling for like 3 months, and then they get right back to the shenanigans again. Like this is just what they do. Like some of these dudes are so wealthy, like that. It's play money to them. So this thing will never stop. So we're going to look up in 10 years and Cats going to be signing $800 million contracts because that's just what they do.
When we going to see our first billion?
Shout out to
we going to see our first Billy, though.
Well, the Billy, that's going to start
baseball,
in soccer.
Baseball going to be this year. Yeah, I think baseball going
in America, it'll be baseball.
National.
Internationally, it'll be
baseball going to crack that soon. Baseball already giving $500 million out. Like, here go $500 million. Like, they already doing that. They're basically signing. They're basically signing Cats.
Here go $500 million. Here go $500 million. Take that.
They be like 10. They be signing Cats to 10, 15-year deals. They basically sign them to like a lifetime deal at this point. Like,
they do. They do.
Years,
and hockey be giving Cats $20 million over 30 years.
I mean, some of them hockey cats get bread too. Some of them football players can't ball with them hockey cats though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Them hockey dudes be getting Magic Johnson my first contract, man.
Joe,
25 years, $25 million.
But here's the thing though, man. With the Jaylen Brown situation, man. Like I want to agree with you, Deb, but I just know that it's crazy out here. B, like the streets is dead, NBA Cats throwing money away. There's gonna be one of these nut ass teams too, like Memphis.
And he gonna go because they gonna have money.
Of course it's gonna be. Memphis gave Mike Conley $150, and he's not better than any of us. He's not better than him. Mike Conley is not better than me at basketball.
Mike Conley gonna play off this year.
Jump high. He listening.
Mike Conley don't even play there no more, though.
I'm about to say he going to the playoffs this year.
Mike Conley don't play there no more.
But he got his 150 from there, though.
Or at least they signed him up for it. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got the homie Tobias waiting. Tobias, roll damn tide.
Roll down tide. About Jaylen Brown.
Shout out to Jameis Winston, though, man. Shout out to him. Get him in the club.
I was actually going to get to that in a second, but I want to get all this other stuff out the way real quick. First, Jaylen Brown, baby, careful. He's going to end it Nerlens Noel 2.0. But the NBA is Chris Middleton is getting max money, not knocking over taking it, but he's getting the B and C level players are getting paid the same. Yeah, you got B and C level players making the same amount as your superstars. As that is the one thing with the NBA that I think is going to kill them when it comes to a lockout, because owners sometimes, and that's a part of the problem with the NBA. when you get to like pick 5 in the draft, you run out of players in a lot of cases. After by pick 3, like even this year, by pick 3 years, like, hey, I hope this guy make the rotation. And so I think that's why these guys are paying these average players max contracts who they can't live up to it.
Right.
Man, first off, because of the split in revenue, they have to spend the bread, right? They got to spend the bread. That's the one thing, and that's how the system is set up. But the bread keeps coming in, and it's crazy.
China gonna make sure of that. That's why LeBron was like, "Shut up, calm down, man, stop with all this human rights stuff."
I saw what's his face talk about this. Iggy was talking about this, but it was also mentioned on CNBC, and it was even a part of Netflix when Netflix did their earnings call yesterday, when they were talking about the power of sports. Sports are becoming more valuable because that's the only thing in the world that anybody watches live. People don't watch any TV live anymore. So sports is like the last thing, and it's the only thing because who the hell is going to watch a game 2 weeks later? Nobody, right? So therefore, the value of live content to get people to the eyeballs on this for advertisers and such is going up. So by the time the NBA keeps negotiating TV contracts and all that, now you got Hulu with live sports, you got YouTube, Netflix, Amazon in the middle trying to throw money at the NFL, the NBA. Watch when the NFL contract runs up with DirecTV. They're not DirecTV is no way on God's green earth they're going to get the unless they share it with somebody else.
They don't want
no.
They don't even want it, man.
AT&T is trying to sell off DirecTV now because the contract is running up. AT&T wants nothing to do with DirecTV.
Jimmy, to your point, when that DirecTV when the NFL contract come up, the NFL is going to ask for $1 billion a week for the next 37 years.
Yeah, he said a week.
Yeah.
No, he said
and they're going to get it because at the end of that TV deal, it ain't going to be no more football. It'll just be flag football. So they're going to get that
the crazy
bag.
part is they're going to get, and the thing is, they're going to get so much money. You're going to start seeing Jerry Jones as literal slaves, just walking around it. But the fact of the matter is, man, but
bring a plantation back.
They have to break the money down. So my thing is, they have to break the pie down. And by them breaking the pie down, you're going to continuously start seeing second and third players on teams, $100 million, $200 million. It's what a hashtag! What a time to be alive.
Yeah, because actually, I believe Jaylen Brown will fit on a team like the Lakers, but they don't have the money. He could be that defender, a team like that. But
everybody fits on
and
the Lakers.
Also, hey, it's
I know
funny
the OGs like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, George Gervin, Dr. J. They got to be looking at the money that's being thrown around now and be like, "Yo, come on, guys!" Cats that was the best in their time. They got to be so pissed when you see cats like Chris Middleton making more in one season than George Gervin made his whole life.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness for Derrick Rose. Thank goodness for Derrick Rose finding that drug over in Germany because he about to re-up and get a dumb contract again. Watch what I tell you.
You know what's crazy though? The way before I get on my many good players there. He may make the All-Star game because he was in Chicago. He may sneak in there because who are the guards is going to make it? Me too.
I'm rooting for him. I hope he learned how to talk English and read books now. But I'm rooting for dude, man.
Yeah. But one thing though, the like Jimmy said Sunday. There's always a drawback to being the only game on national TV. Everybody's watching.
Man, listen. They got Tobias, man.
Hey,
what did they get me?
Hello?
Tobias was bigging up Jameis the whole season. So I'm like, all right, this is one game on. We early in the morning. Let's get up. Let's see if Jameis really got better like Tobias been saying. Jameis went out there and threw the ball to everybody but his team.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh yeah, and so there's a lot of Bucks fans, right? Anytime the Bucks groups I'm in, and some Willie's in also. They say, "Oh, just get rid of. We'll draft the quarterback. We'll get Joe Burrow to it." I'm like, Y'all know we're not going to be bad enough to get Joe Burrow or Tua. And the Bengals and the Dolphins aren't going to let us trade up to get him, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a lot of bad teams this year. It's a lot of bad teams. It's some terrible football being played.
And the thing is, and I always say, and I've been saying this for years, the organization. I always say, yes, I do believe it's time for him to move on. Hey, just move on. Team by just getting rid of him. If y'all watch, people won't pay attention to the game. So you gonna put a rookie back there behind that offensive line, a defense where you can feel everyone's back in their jerseys, spell that last thing, and they always running behind somebody, and no pass rush. You still gonna have the same issues. And I read an article from Albert Breer, Sports Illustrated, where he interviewed like Joey Harrington, I think it was Tim Couch, and David Carr. And they were talking about like the common denominators where you're a crap organization, the crap offensive line, you got the football beat out of them, they lost their confidence. And so I always say, when you go get the next quarterback, make sure you got your organization on point first. Because your organizational dysfunction of your quarterback, the next quarterback's going to fail too. There's a reason every quarterback Andy Reid has had is good. Fleece the Cardinals out of $50 million. Or every quarterback Belichick.
Not so fast. You said every quarterback he had was good.
Well, they perform well. They perform well. Andy Reid is the key whisperer, dog.
Andy Reid is the key. Andy is the key. He is the quarterback whisperer. But there was one or two that were grossly overrated. But
they were overrated based upon Andy putting them in a position to succeed. Like Andy schemed them out where they looked like they were better than what they were.
And that's the thing. And see the organizations, right? Look at the Eagles organization. Look how solid that organization is. Okay, yeah, the secondary's not good this year, but damn it, Howie Roseman keeps trying. He gonna keep trying. But
they're gonna be calling the Cardinals for Patrick Peterson soon. They're gonna see what up.
And so. And like
shout out
Doug Peterson,
Howie.
Yeah, and so he keeps trying. The Bucs, on the other hand, is hoping JPP comes back from a broken neck to help the pass rush. Now, what kind of damn sense that makes? Broken neck. And so my whole thing has always been, okay, what are you gonna do? Draft Jalen Hurts, Tyler Love, sign Teddy Bridgewater, who still stunk.
Skyview said Jeff Garcia was trash truck juice under Fat Andy. I think I disagree with that too.
Definitely was not. You're tripping.
He wasn't 49 Jeff Garcia.
No, he
wasn't trash truck juice.
No,
he was trash truck Browns that year.
When he got hurt, when Jeff Garcia came into the game, he was better than the guy that was starting, for sure. Get out of here.
Yeah,
I mean, if it looks like a rat. And it smells like a rat?
I was about to say, I remember the fans were like calling for Jeff Garcia after a while. Like
rightfully so. They know football.
And you know what,
his numbers with Andy.
And you know what? See, people think just finding a quarterback or just drafting a quarterback is easy. Because you got teams like the Chargers who may be looking for a quarterback now because Phillips getting up there. Or like the Titans are looking. You got all these teams that's looking.
Jeff Garcia was 5-1 with the Eagles.
You'll take that.
Throwing that out there.
And and so these teams aren't going to sit there and trade back. And if your team got all these holes and a GM who drafted a kicker twice in 4 years, you want to trade all those picks. Because I'm going to be honest here. Last year's quarterback class, we haven't seen enough of Darnold yet because, he was kissing too many girls on the subway.
Beyonce's seen enough.
It's tough.
He opened the show by saying Darnold better than Dak.
Well, yeah,
that ain't hard to be in here. That ain't hard to be in here.
It's tough.
I think Dak played himself.
Out there acting like Sam Donald is out there acting like Pastor Wilson.
Dak should have forced their hand on that contract at the beginning of the season.
It's tough. And it's like, even like Josh Rosen, for example. We don't even know how good he is or trash he is. Look where he's been at. And by the way, the offensive coordinator was for the Bucs was at the Cardinals last year. How bad that offense was. But anyway, if your organization is trash, no matter who you put back there, they're going to struggle. So I believe it's time for him to move on because the guy's seeing ghosts in the pocket, too. The dude's been sacked like 25 times already.
Jameis don't got to throw the ball to the other team 5 times, though, man. He don't got to do that, man.
Man, leave Jameis alone, man.
Here's the thing, right? The one thing we'll defend him on, though, when the guy plays well, the credits high like a roach when you turn the light on. But as soon as he wets the bed, everybody come out of high and talk like, hey, that's my only thing.
When you 25 years old, you shouldn't be wetting the bed. He peed the bed too much, man.
Hey, that's why I say, hey, you move on. You get Jalen Hurts, who last year couldn't throw the ball last year, but everybody thinks he's the savior now. I'm like, bruh.
Nah, he's trash.
If Jalen Hurts gets drafted in the first round, people just stupid. All right, but Tobias, you got to roll.
He's trash.
Oh yeah,
we got to roll.
Hey, guys, you gotta take it easy. And by the way, Bill Simmons did criticize Roger Goodell in his podcast when he was ESPN. ESPN got rid of him. You just keep that. Remember that. Y'all talked about that earlier.
Oh yeah, that's the money. That's the money right there. All right, man. We talk to you next week. All right. All right. We got Rob calling in from the West Coast. Oh wait, that's the wrong line. Rob, what up, man?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello. What's good, man? How y'all doing today, man?
Man, we cool, Rob. We cool. You cool.
Got the jackets and the hoodies on, man. You got everything ready, man. Cause man, it's 80 degrees out here, man. I'm loving it.
I know you are. Man. How's EJ doing, man? How are you?
Oh, God.
Man, we could talk about Candace Parker. We could talk about Skylar Diggins. We can talk about Brittany Granger. We could talk about Caitlin Ioshi.
Candace Parker. What are y'all seeing there? Frankenstein shoulders looking chick.
I'm cool on talking about Brittany Griner, though. I ain't trying to talk about Brittany Griner, bro.
All right, Rob, come on, man. What you want to talk about?
We can talk about all these little he gonna be able to do. But anyways, man, while I'm talking about, first of all, I'm very proud of the cohesion of the Lakers, man. They did really holding a team under 100 points is really.
Did they do better with or without Magic?
You watch preseason?
Yeah. I watched a little preseason.
You praise that? That's what's up.
I'm proud of what they're doing. I just wish they would go back to the basket a little bit more. But I will say this.
Preseason proud hashtag.
I mean, listen. I will say this, and I think Jimmy.
Yo, you know the Lakers been asked for a long time. With people proud of the preseason. Yo, they got a championship caliber team, and you talking about preseason? Not a game. Not a game.
Are you kidding me?
Not a regular season.
Not a game.
You're
sitting here talking about
we saw Philly fans. We saw Philly fans happy that. We saw Philly fans happy that Simmons shot a 3. Come on now, really?
Dog. No, yeah, you're getting no love on that joke. That joke, corny.
I mean,
that joke, cheeks.
Yeah, I'm about to say that joke was ass cheeks. Philly fans are actually sarcastically happy that he made a 3.
You gotta act as if, man. You gotta act as if, man. Like it's like the Patriots fans being excited over a regular season game. Nobody gets excited over the preseason game, cuz.
I haven't watched one yet.
But I'm not excited.
Rob, we ain't even start watching basketball.
I don't watch preseason in any sport.
Yo,
and I do this for a living.
Honestly, Rob, we still watching Rico Hines. We still watching Rico Hines runs, man. In the Drew League, we not watching preseason, man.
I'm watching the Australian League with my man Young Mello. Come on, man.
I'm watching James Harden. I'm watching James Harden work on new ways to cheat the game and travel, man. I ain't.
All right, we got Ghostin. We know you're an Eagles fan. What they gonna do this weekend against the Cowboys?
I'm on somebody's only fan. My fault. Go ahead.
Eagles.
What they gonna do against the Cowboys?
I've been trying to tell everybody. I've been trying to tell everybody for years. When the Eagles was playing like when I see my team trending like when they playing like trash, it's gonna end up like trash. When they play great, it's gonna end up good. Just like when the Chip Kelly when they were 9-3, but they were playing like trash. They missed it. Huh?
Wait, say that again. You said when they look like trash, they playing like trash. What?
Yeah, when they play like trash, it's gonna be trash. When they playing good, it's gonna be good. Like that's very profound, right?
You don't take your quotes by fake media.
Yo, Rob, I ain't gonna lie, that's the greatest quote you've ever spit, man. When they look like trash, they playing like trash, and when they look good, they play good. Word, B. Yo, I love you for that, bro. You got it, man.
That was your fair like. That was your
I mean, when they say a win is a win, that's not all the time. Like, yes, or some teams, they're going to come down to the wire.
Yo, what? Yo, if they have more points at the end, they win the game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob there. Shout out to Yogi.
So, Rob, you're saying that they shouldn't come down to the wire against some teams, so that win no.
No. I'm saying some games it's gonna come down to a wire, but if they still have an issue that hasn't been addressed, it's gonna get worse. Like with the secondary. I keep telling people the secondary is it's either the coaching or it's the players or it's both.
Yo, you are Captain Obvious. Who else could it be besides the coaching, the players, or both? There's no other party.
Well, why talk
unless you're gonna blame their wives.
The coaching,
they're getting too much
about the coaching.
nookie before the game.
Goes crazy on me.
But you just said, but no. I'm not saying you're right. But you just hedged your bet by saying it's the coaches, the players, or both. There's no one left. So yes, it has to be the coaches, the players, or both. That's what I'm saying. I'm the stuff that you said about the coach, the actual defensive coordinator. I think it's ridiculous, the stuff that you've been saying about him in general. But I'm just telling you what you're saying right now. Like, it has to be the coaches, the players, or both, unless we're going to blame it on their wives and girlfriends. Who else is left?
Well, probably could blame on the wives and girlfriends. Not giving enough good loving at home.
Not giving them enough.
Anyway,
probably getting too much.
But anyways, it's either the defensive coordinator or the cornerbacks coach. And the thing is that when they keep getting beat by double moves every single game, it's just like, what are they doing? And those 2 touchdowns that Russell Douglas that was on him wasn't really his fault because the safety didn't go back in quarters. Why is it's quarters defense? Why are you playing up?
That's
I don't
true.
understand.
Talk to McLeod about that, and they did talk to McLeod about that. But then now your criticism of the defensive coordinator. Now this is what I don't understand, because in the games where they were getting embarrassed in the secondary, and the ones, especially the ones that they won, he had to make adjustments in the way he was calling his defense for them to even be successful in the games. So how is it his fault that this unit is so terrible that he has to change his Schwartz doesn't blitz. And what did they do against Atlanta to get back into the game? They blitzed. He blitzed one too many times because, on that last play, that Julio play, it bit him in the butt. But they wouldn't even have been in that game had he not changed what he was doing because of how bad they were playing. So how would you just blame it on him because they're back there wetting the bed if he's actually making adjustments to try to cover up their weaknesses? How's it just them? You can't teach bums how to play just because you're out there screaming at them. Here's
why I think
everybody jacking Howie. Maybe we should give Howie some criticism for the secondary he put together.
That's a good.
You talking about coaching? Maybe they just suck.
I don't know, because it's like we invested a lot.
How you don't know? They haven't been good since they've been on the team. They suck.
We invested a lot.
Well, we invested too much. So you're blaming the coach But no, what Howie? I know Howie's the man. He put together the Super Bowl team. So is he above reproach now?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real.
They've been there.
We won a Super Bowl with bad corners, with average corners.
Right.
We didn't have good corners when we won the Super Bowl. We had great safety play. We had safeties that played, above. I would say they overachieved and our corners underachieved.
But our corners on the field.
We ain't had good corners since Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown.
And even he went to bed in the Super Bowl.
That's true.
And they wasn't really that good.
No. I would say it was good. I mean, Sheldon Brown was good. I mean, Lito was injury prone. He was good.
They was cool. They was cool. John,
you got Asante too.
All right, we got Ron.
They was cool. They was cool. Asante was cool, but the point being, in the last 5 years, corner has been our weakness. And who do you blame? You can't blame a player being butt cheeks because of the coach. I mean, you can't blame that on the coach. The coach gives him a plan, go execute, and if he's not able to execute, then it's management's job to get rid of him and improve and upgrade the talent. And Howie has concentrated efforts in other areas of the team, and it's worked out. So salute to Howie.
He's tried,
but blame.
He's tried. He called the Jags every week about Jalen. There's rumors that Patrick Peterson might be on the block. I'm sure Howie's putting in some phone calls.
But he's like 32,
but you don't just
33.
get dudes just because you make calls.
But he's 32,
he can be 30. He can be 39. He's better than what we got.
Patrick Peterson is 29 years old.
He's 29. Okay, I mean he's.
Yeah, Rob just talking. No.
Okay, so you rather have what we have than a 29-year-old Patrick Peterson.
Yo, I take a 39-year-old. I take a 39-year-old Patrick Peterson.
You know what? you do have a point. Yeah, I would take. I'll take
Rob. I'll take Dion right now over what we got.
You always admit it on the air, and then you go back into troll mode on social media and be talking that garbage.
No, I don't.
But yo, we got to roll, man.
But
we gotta go, brother.
I do want to say this too about the black community.
All right, hurry up, make it quick, man. 10 seconds on the black community. Go.
Oh, okay. I know everybody wants to get on LeBron for him misquoting or whatever,
man.
But we should focus on real.
That's 10
seconds. The Lakers got a championship team now. My man taking up for LeBron. You used to be his biggest critic. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You get 10 more seconds.
But we need to also focus on the real issues. But
that's
not only
25 seconds.
But all I'm saying is we should always focus on oppressed people across the world. Marcus Garvey, the great Ho Man Chu from Vietnam, said in one of his speeches. And,
Ho Man Chu? You mean Ho Chi Minh? Yo, that's 45, man.
Ho
we feel you.
Also.
Oh man, Chu, that's a porno star, ain't it?
Y'all stupid, man. We love you, Rob.
Yo, Jimmy, you gotta chill. I almost had an accident, man, like a real accident, man. Come on.
My man. Yo, Rob is wild tonight. Rob was like, yo, you got more points, you win.
That's my favorite fan, yo. Yo, we can't do the show without you, Rob. We can't do the show without you, man.
If you play quarterback, you throw the ball. Come on, Tom.
Yo, speaking of the Eagles, there's an anonymous player, according to Hosina Anderson, who's very critical of Carson Wentz and the Eagles' offense. It better not be somebody from the secondary. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, it can't be.
They talked to her about how they feel like the offense is functioning. They said we need to make Ish simpler. Sometimes we need to just handle what is manageable. Even Peyton Manning knew when to check it down. He said Carson Wentz right now is 38% on passes that travel 15 air yards, has 3 interceptions on passes like that, which is tied for most in the league. He also has 148 passes on those that are 10 yards or fewer. Right now, he has 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions on passes like that. So I do think it's an apt point. It's always somebody.
He can't say that.
Talking anonymously.
How many drops do the wide receiving core? If we take 75% of the drops away, this coward doesn't have anything to say. My man Nelson Aguilar. Never mind. I ain't gonna talk about bull. Go ahead.
We talk about drops, and Nelson Aguilar name always the first that come up. He probably don't even have the most drops on the team this year. Ertz been dropping.
Don't matter. He got the biggest one. He got the biggest one. Probably low key. Probably Zach Ertz as much as Bull forced the ball to Zach Ertz, but.
And we talked about him in the open, man, but shout out to the Washington Nationals on reaching their first ever World Series. The funny thing about it is their team, because I live in the area, so finger on the pulse, their team has reached their first ever World Series, and all they can talk about is Bryce Harper. Probably because most of the people that are talking about it, that's the only Nationals player that they've ever known. Like I said, there's a lot of new baseball fans, which is understandable. Like, when you got pride in a city, the bandwagon gets
Bryce
deep.
Harper don't even play for them.
Yeah, but the whole conversation is, how Bryce Harper feel right now. I would say he feels very rich. This is another thing. This is another situation, I think, where fans mistake the priorities of athletes. And they, you really think that Bryce Harper was like, damn, if I knew we would have went to the World Series this year, I would have turned down $330 million. Like, come on, man. Bryce Harper is cool right now, trust me. And I also think people are speaking a little too soon, which sports fans have a tendency to do. I think they have a great chance of winning, but what if they don't win? What if they're not victorious in a week or two? Then, there's still that chance that Bryce Harper wins a World Series before then. But everybody is unloading their clips this week because they made it to the World Series. If they win the World Series, then unload on him. Unload on him. It's still not going to make a difference because $330 million trumps any title that you could possibly give him in this sport. And if y'all don't believe that, then you're very naive.
How many of them are real Nationals fans? I don't know what a real Nationals fan is like.
There is no such thing. There's no such thing.
They still
before two seasons ago, Jimmy, they had the same problem that the football team is having right now, with people taking over their stadiums and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of new baseball fans. Like they probably watched their first pitch this week.
Early this week. It was somebody on Twitter or whatever. It was from the area. They was like, "We gonna front because we made it." But the fact remains, like we don't care about the Wizards. We don't care about the Nationals. Like we want the Redskins to win, and that's just what it is. Like
that's what it is.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
Loves this team. Like shout out to the Capitals. Capitals won the Stanley Cup last season.
Don't nobody care.
And yeah, but they acted like they did. Everybody became a
They lied.
All of a sudden.
They lied.
Everybody became.
Let the Redskins somehow turn around and win a chip. That's when y'all really gonna see what it really look like. It's gonna be go
the biggest riot in sports history.
They will burn the White House down.
It's been a long time. Like a lot of people winning a Super Bowl, we know it's hard as hell. So it's like you don't just knock a franchise because they haven't won a Super Bowl or haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time. But they've only been competitive like twice since they won the Super Bowl. Like, it's crazy. It's like, and that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but they haven't been consistently competitive.
It's not much of an exaggeration. They've been to the playoffs three times. 3 times since they won the Super Bowl.
Shout out to the bull who was on the news the night they went to the World Series and was like straight honest. And the bull said, "How long you been a Nats fan?"
How long you been a Nats fan? He said, "Since tonight." Had his hat on and everything.
He kept buck.
Yeah. All right, we'll take one more call. We have somebody who's been waiting. Sorry, we didn't screen the call, So 310, we're coming to you. Welcome to the War Room. 310.
What a guan.
Hey. Who's this?
Hey,
what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, guys. Tom.
Oh, hey, Tom. How are you?
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? Good. I'm just ready to weigh in with some takes. So I feel like all my takes were taken because I was just going to say that, like, I feel like if the Eagles manage to score more points than the team they're playing, well, they might
win.
They might have a good season.
Shout out to you! Yes!
If they make it to the Super Bowl and can also score more points in that game than the team they're playing, then they will. But if they don't score more points than the other team, then it's either the player's fault or the coach's fault.
Coach's fault. Or both. Right. Exactly. So that's football 101, man.
I was gonna make that point, and now I basically have nothing to say.
Ew. This is fun, man. This is fun.
Yo.
You guys are 100% right. I think the other thing too is like it's baseball, man. Like this one guy doesn't make a difference. The same reason you shouldn't ever pay one guy $300. The real thing isn't F Bryce Harper. It's like don't pay a baseball player $330 million because none of them are worth $330 million. It's not one baseball player. Not even Mike Trout is worth $330 million. You can replace any of these guys with a prospect that maybe is only 60-75% as good. You spread that money around. You build a better bullpen. You build better starting rotation. It's not basketball, right? Like like LeBron. I don't know if Durant left Golden State and then Golden State wins the title anyway, then fine. Like shit on Durant, I guess. But like don't. It's basketball. It's not baseball. I mean, the other way around. Baseball's not basketball. Like, be happy that Bryce Harper got someone to pay him $330 million on a team that's still pretty good and will probably eventually win a World Series within the next 5 years.
And that's my point. I'm like, everybody's mad at him instead of just celebrating their own team. Like, any one of those players would leave if a team is dumb enough to offer them $330 million. Like, what do you expect?
100%.
So everybody's upset. Well, you should have stayed with us.
Baseball is a I guess baseball. I'm still surprised that these teams are able to give out contracts like that when you it just doesn't seem like. Where are they getting all the money from? Is it just their TV deal? Like, where is baseball continuing to print money like this when no one I'm 32. I basically don't know anyone younger than me that watches baseball.
Right.
I like the Dodgers.
Damn, that's a really good point.
I used to be a big Dodgers fan, and even now, and I'm not a bandwagon fan. I just straight up don't pay attention until the playoffs. And if you ask me, the best player on. I used to play fantasy baseball. I could tell you the seventh best player on the Pittsburgh Pirates 10 years ago. I couldn't even tell you who the top 5 best players in baseball are right now. I'd tell you 8 Dodgers and Mike Judge. Aaron Judge.
You sound just you literally sound just you literally sound. You're the same baseball fan as I am. Listen, I don't pay attention to the playoffs.
Jimmy used to be
too many games. It moves too slow. Everything moves fast now, and I guess I fall into that habit too. I can't pay attention that long, and baseball is just way too slow for me. But playoff baseball is kind of intense. The further it goes along, but you're absolutely right in terms of the fan. But I think they make their money just because they do have the TV deal. And they have so many damn games, and a lot of teams still sell out. You'll see they're still selling out and selling all kinds of beer and kind of craziness.
To a baseball game is cool.
And then you have a lot of teams that have their individual TV deals, like the Yankees.
Yeah, that too.
Now, see, I don't want to misquote, but I think revenue sharing includes that stuff. So if you have a TV deal as big as the Yes Network, and, the league does revenue sharing, I think the Yankees have to share that as well. Not just the revenues from the actual games, but I think they have to share everything together.
Times, but baseball is a better sport live than it is on TV. Because trying to watch it on TV is brutal, but it is a good game live because you get to catch the action because of the way it moves so slow. That makes it a better live game. Like trying to watch a football game live to me is kind of like annoying. But
in the middle of the season, there's also a drawback to that because you're out there and it's hot as hell. So
yeah,
has its pros and its cons. Tom, anything else you want to talk about real quick before we move on?
I
know Rob took all of your great points. But,
I got nothing to say after that.
Legendary.
He really is. I honestly, I kind of was upset when you guys had him get off the phone.
I see. Some people are upset that we keep answering the phone, and then some people are upset when we let them off. So Rob keeps. He's
who do
great.
You guys have tonight in this game? Mahomes,
I'm gonna go
interested
Chiefs.
to see Mahomes on 4 days rest right now.
Yeah, we just saw a statistic that Mahomes under the lights, well, at least the Chiefs with Mahomes at the helm haven't been too good in primetime games. But I don't think they'll have any issues tonight with the Broncos.
The NFC, I'd say the NFL is weird this year because I'd be shocked if anyone besides the Chiefs or the Patriots come out of the AFC. But the NFC, you can convince me Seahawks, Packers. You could even convince me the Eagles right the ship and figure out a way to get out. I mean, I don't know. Saints. You could convince me any of those teams could make it out, and I feel like the AFC is like Chiefs, Patriots. Who am I missing that even has a shot there? Like,
I guess the Rams.
But the Rams are NFC too, right? So it's Niners, Rams.
Rams ain't got a shot.
You said AFC? Yeah. Oh no, I agree. I can't see anybody besides the Chiefs or Patriots myself. But in the NFC, it's probably about 5 or 6 teams that could possibly make it out.
You think the only thing with the Rams is I don't know. Goff he's not looking that good.
I've been a Jared Goff apologist, but I'm about to fade into the bushes like Homer Simpson on that because he hasn't looked good in quite a while. Seems like sometimes when they win, it's in spite of him. Sometimes the numbers are there, but like a few weeks ago, they were in the position where he had to throw the ball. He had to get those numbers to even make it a competitive game, and they still fell short. But Tom, thanks for your call, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Call in next week, and hopefully you can get on before Rob, and he won't take all the great points. All right, man.
Thank you, Tom.
Take it easy.
All right. So as usual, we like a million minutes behind where we need to be. So some of this grind stuff gonna have to get chopped into like one story. I think all of our grind topics are pretty much about boxing anyway. We know Jalen Ramsey was traded to the Rams this week. Do y'all think that's gonna help them? Or I saw a lot of opinions that said them getting Jalen Ramsey is gonna put even more pressure on Jared Goff. Do y'all see it that way?
Yeah.
I don't know if I see it that way.
No.
Jared Goff ain't good
season.
anyway, so it really don't matter.
Not this season. I mean, what they're hoping is that
Why not this season? They're in win mode. They're in win now mode. That's why they grabbed him.
Man, they not winning. They're not winning ish, but what they're thinking is that if you pair up Jalen Ramsey with Talib Kweli on the other side, you're gonna have 2 shutdown corners essentially. Even though Talib is a little old. But he's not going to be back, and so the issues that the Rams have, Jalen Ramsey doesn't help. I mean, he's still going to be Jalen Ramsey, so he may impact games and get a win or 2 out of. But I don't see them. He ain't writing Jared Goff ship. Period.
I mean, not really to right his ship. I'm just saying they're saying it's going to put more pressure on him because they just went to the Super Bowl. They're in win now mode. So they have so much money tied up in Goff, Cooks, Donald, Gurley, and maybe one more player. Now they're adding Jalen Ramsey. So if they want to keep him, they're going to have to pay him as well. They don't have a first-round pick in the next 5 drafts because of all the trades they made. So they're damn sure. I agree with that take. It puts the pressure on him because they're looking at it as if the rest of the team is complete. It's up to you to play the way that you need to play to get us to and to possibly win a Super Bowl. So
man, I don't agree. I don't necessarily agree with that take, even though I think Jared Goff is boo-boo. I think Todd, a healthy Todd Gurley commands so much attention from defenses, and they know that he don't have no needs anymore. So, when you don't have to game plan around Gurley, then Goff being boo-boo is easier to give him headaches.
They still got decent running backs besides Gurley. They don't have a Gurley, but they got, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But the Rams are definitely going for it. Again. So let's get real quick to the quote of the week. The quote of the week comes from BLC, your head coach, Doug Peterson, who said Monday morning, I know the sky is falling outside. It's falling, and I get that the fans are reeling just a little bit. We're going down to Dallas. Our guys are going to be ready to play, and we're going to win that football game. And when we do, we're in first place in the NFC East. We're going to control our own destiny and be right where we need to be. The world went crazy. They said Doug Peterson guaranteed a win. I really didn't see it that way. In the context of the interview or the press conference, but that's what happened. And then later on, he had to kind of explain it himself, walk back his comments a little bit because he saw how people took it. Now he's saying Dallas is a great football team. They're reeling like we are. They're going to come out and play hard. They beat us twice last year. We've got a lot of things stacked against us going down there. But as a head football coach, I'm going to show confidence in my football team. So basically, he went on to say, me saying what I said wasn't a guarantee. It was me showing confidence in my football team. He said that statement was for my guys. So they can, it was basically motivation. But y'all know how things spread these days. Oh, he's guaranteed to win.
I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm cut from a different cloth, and I feel as though if Dougie felt that way, he shouldn't have walked ish back. He should have said, "You think that's a guarantee? Okay, go tell them that, and we'll see what's what on Sunday night."
No, but he didn't change what he's saying. He still said, and he repeated it. He's like, I'm sure Jason Garrett is telling his team the same thing. We're going to win the game. But yeah, I think it was overblown. Like Rasheed Wallace guaranteed win. Denzel Washington guarantees everything. I guarantee it. I stand by it. I guarantee it.
Joe Namath.
I get what he's saying. Like any coach is going to tell their team, we're going to go down here, we're going to win this game, and everything's going to be okay. All right. Stat of the week, real quick. I don't know if you guys saw this game or you saw the clips of the third quarter, but Celtics rookie Carson Edwards from Purdue, he drained 8 3-pointers en route to a 26-point third quarter in a 118-95 win over the host Cleveland Cavaliers in a preseason game. So just from me saying preseason, y'all know I saw the clips. I didn't see the game because not a game. Talking about preseason. All right, so y'all can check out our website, WolverInSports.com.
Hey, Dev, you didn't want to use the stat of the week as Jameis Wilson having more multiple interception games than anybody else, like in the history of football ever?
I knew since Tobias calls in every week, at some point y'all were going to get to it, even if not when he was on the line. I knew you were going to get to that at some point. So there's always room for dual stats of the week.
We'll move forward.
And Jameis said, no, they weren't his worst games. He's like, this wasn't my worst game. I've had plenty of bad games.
I hope he doesn't make it to the future.
At least he knows.
Jimmy said, "Wait the next." He said, "Hold my beer."
Wait till you see my All right, so yeah, if y'all want to chop it up in the chat room with Neil and Skyview, y'all can get in there. blogtalkradio.com/The War Room. If you don't have a profile on Blog Talk Radio, just sign up. And if you don't want to, you can do it through your Facebook or Twitter accounts. But get in there and talk. But if you want to call us, the Digital Extreme Tech hotline number is 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. But if you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. Jim, I think we can put all of these grind topics into one because they all somehow about fighters or fights.
Yeah. So basically,
opinions on all of them at the same time.
Yeah. We could do this. So we could be real. We could be brief, baby, brief, because we got to move forward. But While You Were On Grind is brought to you by Sports the Book, greatest sports book ever written. Get it at sportsthebook.com. Our hub, War Room Sports, is really that simple. But it's time to talk about what happened while you were on the grind.
Who the author?
I mean, let them find out for themselves, good brother. But the bottom line with what happened while you were on the grind is boxing is all effed up. Right? Here's how boxing is effed up. Your man Earl Spence almost bodied himself and is getting charged with DWI. At the same time, Gervonta Davis is getting his own parade in Baltimore.
He ain't beating nobody.
Really, his own day parade.
I think Tank is good, but he ain't beating nobody. What the hell are you getting a parade for?
And the last thing, man, we just want to send a rest in power shout out to Patrick Day. He died 4 days after 10th round KO. And his trainer was taking the blame or whatever. But that's this unfortunate thing that happens in that brutal sport. So boxing is all crazy. I don't know if you want to say anything about what's going on in boxing. Because it's one more story I just want to bring up. I really wanted to ask you guys about. But boxing is crazy, right? I don't know if you guys want to say anything about those boxing stories.
Yo,
no, rest in power to the dude. We've been to Baltimore, y'all star for a hero, and Errol Spence. You played yourself.
You're a noodle. We've been to Baltimore, and I guess they need Gervonta Davis Day. It's rough up there.
Okay.
And that's a try, JoJo. That's for Baltimore as a city.
Definitely.
Record label and a crew. That's for Errol Spence. Smacking up his Ferrari and almost dying, and then, getting a DWI afterwards. And that's for the boy who killed my man Patrick Day. You should be ashamed of yourself, homie.
Yeah, it's a double whammy.
Stop
Damn, boxing though. Yo, stop hitting so hard. Yo, listen, real quick,
when he knocked him down, he hit his head on the floor. That's why he hit his head on the canvas. That's where he really went wrong, because he was already asleep before he fell. So you can't control how you fall.
Yeah, that was a brutal knockout. Cause Myles Garrett, man, he said that he was in the right. Fan pulls up on him. Yo, let me take a pic with you. So he rolls his window down, taking the fan, trying to take a quick pic, put it on the gram, get his likes up. Fan walked up to the window and sun punched him.
Stole.
I mean,
they were in a traffic jam though. The dude stole him, jumped back in his car, and bailed out through the gas station, so he was able to get out of the jam. Yeah, they caught the dude though, or at least they know who he is.
Yeah.
They're looking for him.
They caught the hero.
Myles Garrett wrote down his license.
Myles Garrett said, "Yo, I ate that though." He said, "Yo, I ate it. It was nothing. It was soft." He said, "Yeah, I mean, 4 through 10 at me.
6'5", 275. You better eat that." They said he still took the photo first though. He snapped the photo and then stole him, and then ran.
And then put it on the gram. And then put it on the gram and told on itself.
I would have. No, but somebody behind him had it on video. They didn't have the actual punch, but they had dude run into his car and bailing out through the gas station. And
yo,
that was hilarious.
Why do you say I'm gonna do that? Like, what are you doing? Like, is the boy clout chasing? He's that mad? The Browns are ass. What makes you say, yo?
And if you're mad at any Browns, it wouldn't be this dude. He leads the league in sacks, but it probably was the only Brown. That's one of them dudes right there. He just took one for his team. He took one for Baker.
Yeah.
Basically.
He took one. He took one. He definitely took one. He definitely took one for the team for Baker.
Yo, for fantasy purposes, watch Browns games, and Myles Garrett is their best player. Like, literally.
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he is.
If you're mad at
the
Browns, you're not mad at him. So he definitely took one for the squad. Yo,
I'm
when I first heard this story, I thought like somebody walked up on him like, "Hey, let's take a picture," and then like, cause I thought the dude was crazy, but you have to be less crazy because he's sitting in the car. You can get away, but if you did that, y'all were just standing outside. Like he'd probably run like a 4 or 5, even though he's a defensive lineman.
He don't want them to use Myles Garrett would have like put it like this. If Myles Garrett would have caught ball, he'd have died 4 days later. No shot.
Yo, not right now. Hashtag NRN.
Yo, move on, man. Listen, that's what happened.
Shout out, man.
Yo,
birthday shout out, John Rocker, man. We hope you didn't make it to the future, but you did. You're 45 years old, so shout out to John Rocker. Ernie Els turns 50. Danny Ferry is 53 years old, and a rest in peace shout out to Coach Don Coryell, who lived from October 17th, 1924 to July 1st, 2010. So we give a war room salute to all of these folks on their birthdays. Y'all can check out the website at warroomsports.com. I don't care if you're on the website throughout the whole show. Be on the website. If you got any questions, call into the show and ask us about it. Get in the chat room. Ask us about it. It's just good for us to know that you're on our website. But we're about to talk about this thing of ours because this thing of ours is about to start. So before we do that, just want to let you guys know the Digital Extreme Tech Hotline is open, 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted if you're already listening from your phone. Just press 1 if you want to talk, but we will ask you this. If you call in while we're talking about this thing of ours, especially since it's the first time we really get to talk about this thing of ours, even though that's kind of BS because the NBA was like the NFL in the offseason this year, and they just took over the headlines. But y'all know what I'm talking about. We're giving our little quick predictions and season preview. So if you call in, try to make it about NBA basketball. Thank you. Please and thank you. All right. So let's have it.
Yes, sir. The NBA wrap is brought to you by Digital Extreme Technologies. Listen, you and your business definitely need a custom website. Stop sending people to platforms that you do not own. I don't care if you have a premium Snapchat or OnlyFans. You do not own that, so they can get rid of all of your content. And for those that know, y'all know what I'm talking about. For those that don't know.
Those that know. If you know, you know. Shout out to OF.
If you know, you know. You know. But bottom line is you got to own your content. Stop putting all your stuff on Facebook. You got to have software where you can do it. Get that from Digital Extreme Technologies, digitalextremetech.com, or 267-209-4203 to get the hookup. Say, yo, I heard it on the War Room. You definitely get the hookup and get you a custom website that you own to store your content. Anyway, it's time to talk about this thing of ours and make some season predictions.
That is kind of weird, though. People acting like they ain't see MySpace go out of business and you lose all your stuff.
Yeah. Listen, I'll back up all of our content, doggy, so we know, like, you know what I mean. Anything happening on the platform, we ready to
$300,000 worth of hard drive. We got content.
Yo, all of our stuff is backed up, beloved. All these bars are backed up, including the bars. Yeah, I mean, just in case you ever want to go back and say, what was our predictions for the 2020 season? We about to put that on wax right now.
Man, we're going to have to split that publishing up so we can leave it for our kids. It's going to be worth it.
You already know. Yo,
worth it now.
We about to put a stamp in time right now of our 2020 NBA season predictions, man. Are you gentlemen ready for this?
We are ready, and I don't know if you guys remember, but I made a bold prediction back in 2016 about 2020, and we're going to see if I live up to it right now. All right.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I don't even remember. I got to go check that out. But, yo,
a lot of people clown me for it, too.
So let's do this. Let's say this. Coach of the year, man. Who want to go first for Coach of the year?
I'll go first, man. I think this dude probably he could have deserved it. Maybe, you know, the last 2 seasons, maybe this is the year. They got some extra help on this team. I got Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz winning Coach of the Year this year.
That's what I picked last year, but I'm going a different direction this year. This year, I think they're going to give it to Doc Rivers. I think the Clippers are going to have an amazing season, and you know they love Doc Rivers anyway. And I think Mike Malone is going to be the one to the run. I think Doc is going to just barely beat out Mike Malone for the Nuggets, who the NBA feels as the best center in the league. But that's either here or there.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up right after we finish this the players.
Yo,
be awesome.
Yes, sir. I got Mike Malone. Mike Malone is Coach of the Year, man. Yeah, it's written.
Okay.
It was written.
All right. Well, staying right with you. So who you got for Defensive Player of the Year?
I got Rudy Gobert. That's who I got. Shout out to Embiid. Shout out to Embiid. You know, but I can never count on his health. And you know, he gets a little bouts of softness and shooting threes. I don't know.
I think he's lying. He said he lost 20. I did tune into about 5 minutes of a preseason game the other day just because I was flipping past it. I didn't know they were on.
And lose 20.
How many threes he shoot? How many threes he shoot in them 5 minutes?
None in that 5 minute span.
4.
But he ain't look like he lost 20 to me. Who knows?
Yeah, I got Rudy with Cash, man, because Rudy, what else does Rudy do but defend? And he's on the floor for a long time.
Shout out
Rudy
to Rudy.
Hopefully he ain't crying and getting emotional over his all NBA selections and all that.
Well, him and your man, I hear they've been running a nice pick and roll, so he might get some pick and roll buckets this year. Him and
who you got
point guard. Mine was between. This is one of the more difficult categories for me this season. It's usually not this hard, but everybody's circumstances gives me a reason. It's between Draymond, Rudy Poot, and JoJo. And if I got more than one in the category, it means I haven't picked yet, so I'm picking right now. I think the reason I got Draymond in here is because he and Steph are going to both have to up what they do because of everybody that's missing. Clay to come back and all that stuff. I think Dre's going to be doing a little bit of everything, though, so that might take away from his defense a little. I'm going to go with JoJo. I'm going to go with his health. And I think, the voters just going to want to give somebody new to join anyway. But I think JoJo, I think it's going to be easier for him this year because he also has Al Horford down there to make some noise, get things funneled into him. He's going to block a lot of shots this year. So I think they're going to give it to JoJo. Well, at least I think JoJo.
I'm going with Rudy because Rudy is like, Rudy's a quiet talent and tied it down. That's his award here on out. He's a Player of the Year award goes to Rudy Gobert. He's a specialist because JoJo could defend, but the thing is, like, the Spurs need JoJo to put up a dub a game. They need him to put up a dub a game. Utah don't need.
You know what, Jim?
Utah need Rudy to sit there and defend.
The reason I just named actually might be the reason JoJo doesn't get it, because when they need him to score, they're probably going to put Horford on the best big man. Because he's a lot JoJo up. I already said it. Stick with it. My pick was trash.
So now moving on. I'll start this one off as the most improved player. I'm going with Terry Rozier. I'm going with Terry Rozier. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because Terry Rozier had an off season last year with Kyrie coming back and all that nonsense. And now Terry Rozier is in Charlotte, and he get all Kemba. And Terry about to let that thing fly.
He about to let it go. He about to let the who up go.
Y'all dummies. He about to get his Jay Reed on.
I think Terry, now that he got some freedom to be who he think he is, he's gonna find out that he's not who he thinks he is. I'm Terry on my list. I ain't scared of both.
Yo, Terry gonna shoot 15%, and he gonna let it fly. And then
Yo,
finding out how good he is.
on your dumb ass, Scary Terry. You ain't scary.
Terry's gonna prove to be stressed.
And then Terry Rozier finding out how good he is, he gonna put it up 50 times a night and average a good 25. But go ahead though.
For me, I got two names. I think the first name is who I want to get it. Markelle Fultz. Of course, he has. He has the potential to get it because he can't go anywhere but up from where he was. If he can get on Orlando, work his way into a starting spot and average like 15 points a game, then he got it locked up. But I'm gonna go with, and this is weird because this dude was already balling last season. I'm gonna go with Pascal Siakam, and I'm gonna go with Pascal Siakam because the way he was playing with Kawhi in the building. Now Kawhi gets to leave, and Pascal gets more of a leadership role. I think he could, possibly put his scoring up into the 20s now. He averaged about 16 points last season. I think like 20s move into more of a leadership role. And from what you'll see later when I do the actual teams, lots of people think they might fall out. I think the Raptors are still going to make the playoffs. I think he'll be a big reason that they do. So I'm going to go with
that. Okay. Man, I like both. I like both of those picks. Because I actually had Scary Terry shortlisted, but Dev stole that thunder and pooped on Scary Terry. Said he ain't really scary. My pick is Jonathan Isaac. I think he is headed for starting. Jonathan Isaac.
All right.
Yo, I just don't trust him because he got two first names. But anyway,
Any on the team with
Sixth Man of the Year award.
That was gonna be that too.
Yo, Sixth Man of the Year award out there.
Shout out to Cruz, because by all accounts he's gonna be coming off the bench this year, but this is Lou Will's award until they decide otherwise. Jamal Crawford's name is on the award as far as I'm concerned, but he's done winning it. So Lou Willville has taken over that mantle. But like I said, shout out to Kuz. This is Lou Willville because he's going to get in there and get all the buckets when Kawhi is load managing and Paul George is injured. So Lou Willville.
Yo, the crazy part is, man, Lou Willville
still might lead the team in scoring.
They cheating. Yeah, they be cheating for him. He ain't no real six man. Like, yo, Doctor,
he be playing 38. He be playing 38 minutes a game.
Yo,
he be playing like
20 minutes and he never come back out.
Yo, Doc wait 20 seconds to the game start to bring him in just so they can call him a sub. Like, come on, man, that's a cheat code. Yo, my Sixth Man of the Year is going. First of all, shout out to Kuzma because I think that he has a shot. I'm gonna give it to my new favorite player in the league, and that's Spencer Dinwiddie. Because that's what I call him, because it's Dumb Liddy, my man Spencer.
He is Dumb Liddy. He got game. His game, Dumb Liddy.
Yeah, he got game. His game is Dumb Liddy. His game, Dumb Liddy. So Spencer Dumb Liddy, I got him the Sixth Man of the Year award. Brie Austin, who you got?
Damn, Jim, I'm going to stop going last. I got Spencer.
That's what she
I got Dumb Liddy.
All right, you go first. That's a new one.
All right. Well, I go. All right. How about this next one? The next one is Rookie of the Year. Who you got, B. Austin?
Start the train.
Now the joy of my world.
I don't even think.
Who else could it be?
I don't think he's particularly skilled, and he's sitting out of the preseason game tonight for knee soreness. But
who
else? Yeah, it's like because I know what
I think the ball can I think the ball cannot play.
That's my mistake.
He cannot play, and they're gonna give it to
him. Yeah, he cannot play. And I noticed, and it may be early to say this, but they look like they got out the way when he came down the lane, like they got out of the way.
See, but for me with Zion, it's not about now for me. I think Zion now, with his athletic ability and the fact that his knees are still intact, he can go trip into 19 and 10 as a rookie.
By accident.
With Zion,
he got accident.
5 years from now, if he hasn't developed any discernible skills and those knees start to keep him on the ground a little bit more, that's when I worry about.
Then he's just Darvin Ham.
Right, I don't think he could be a bust. Like, he's gonna be good in his first few years in the league as far as statistics go, but he could be a fizzle out later. Like, yo, Zion used to be good. He could be like my man. What's my man? He got his money before he fizzled. The point guard bull from the Nets. And
Deron Williams.
Aaron Williams. He just fizzled out.
Deron.
I really thought he was the best point guard in the league at one point. He just fizzled out. So Zion gonna be a fizzle.
Deron Williams is like Deron Williams, because I somehow came across his IG page. I think he like double tapped on some young lady's page that I was perusing, and I came across his page. And all he do every day now is play golf. I'm like, yo, life must be nice. He literally just plays golf every day. Anyway,
all day.
And he posts pictures about his golf play. Casey Mack in the group chat wanted to put a couple things out there. He said his most improved player is going to be Lonzo. He thinks comeback player is going to be Kristaps. And he said MVP is about to get to. He believes Kawhi will win MVP, his first regular season MVP.
Basketball got to come back
for those picks. So
I didn't know the NBA had a comeback player. I think comeback player is doing it. I think he just made that up. I think
they're going to be isolation Joseph.
Of it is most improved.
I just realized. Yeah, he said comeback player of the year. Ain't that like NFL award or something?
I think his Lonzo pick is a good pick though. He could be most improved. Maybe Ben. If Ben Simmons hits 10 threes, he's gonna be most improved. So. Wait, before y'all go on, I gotta tell you, Skyview said Mike Scott moves the sixth man and takes home the hardware. Yo, is it legal in Vegas?
Yo,
you tripping? Yo. You homering, and it really doesn't matter where you come in. If you come off the bench, you're up for the award. You don't really have to be the first bench. But that's still a cannabis.
Here's my bold prediction.
That's a CBD pick.
My bold prediction is whoever gets the most votes for six man is going to win the six man award.
You're right. You're right.
Wow.
You're right. And I think anybody who gets the second most votes to the last, they probably not gonna win it. So
True.
Be also MVP.
Legendary. My MVP. Shout out to the Joker. He will not win it. Shout out to Steph because I think you're going for the scoring title. And shout out to the sellout, LeBron. But the winner of the MVP is going to be that African, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo will be.
Yo,
he don't do nothing to get better.
The MVP.
It's funny because now that you go first, you taking my picks because I do think the league's going to try to give it to the Joker, especially that list that I just shared with Dev about they saying that he's the best center in the league. So I think they're trying to
he ain't got no muscle.
The NBA get him. The NBA get him.
He ain't got no muscle.
Where they're not a player. Just like last year when it was a done deal the day one that Greek Freak was going to win it. I think that they're going to try to give it to the Joker, but I think the Greek Freak is about to go up to another level. Like the Greek Freak has gotten better every season. Yeah. So I don't know what he's going to show.
He
might
shooting
come back
three.
this year,
He's shooting
4 pointers.
He's shooting. He might shoot 4 pointers.
For me, the names I have written down are Giannis, Steph. I just don't think Steph's ankles are going to stay healthy enough to get him another one. The Beard, I still got him in the mix. I think everybody forgot about him. And then you got Bron and Brow. I think they're kind of going to cancel each other out. I also think, LeBron might load manage his way out. AD might be injured a lot, so he might not be out. I don't even think they need to try to go for that. I think the Lakers in this situation need to just try to win as many games as they can because once they get to the postseason, that they're good enough to win the chip. I think they should just focus on that and leave this alone. I want to say Giannis. He's the pick. I'm going to go with the Beard again. I think he might get upset that people are
I can't do that, man. The type of clothing he wears, I can't do it, man.
He got a new move where he shoots the wrong.
The moves.
Plus, I know. Can y'all listen? I want y'all to think about one thing, yo. Him and Russ on the same team. Can you imagine a fashion show every night they gonna try on?
Yo, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. Yo, he goes into the Rico Hines run. Yo, listen, I'm not even being funny. I know y'all gonna laugh. He goes to the Rico Hines runs with diapers on.
I see no way in hell that Russell Westbrook can average 10 assists playing with Beard. Beard dribble too much.
No,
no way
possible.
he's gonna average 10 assists playing.
They gonna be pulling up to the arena. It's gonna be looking like an Atlanta barbershop. And if y'all been under there, y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway,
real quick before we're gonna have to rapid fire our season picks. But before we do that, I want to let y'all know what Jimmy was talking about. Who was this? It was a NBA GM survey. The best player
GMs.
At each position. They have Steph Curry as the best point guard in the league, James Harden as the best shooting guard, Kawhi Leonard as the best small forward. Ooh, they disrespecting Bron. They got Giannis Antetokounmpo as the best power forward. I don't even think that's the position he played, but they got to get him on there. And they got Nikola Jokic as the best center in the league. Real quick, who would y'all replace? What would y'all replace on this list? I'd probably just go Embiid.
I think you could make the argument.
All of the day.
Yeah, I think that's the only one I probably would change. All the other ones, you can see the argument for the people they have up there. And, I guess, like, it's tough when you talk about best versus hottest. Because I still think Bron might be the best small forward, but at the same time, you can't argue Kawhi because Kawhi, had his illmatic season last year.
Yeah. I might go Bron and Embiid, change it like that. But Giannis played like 4 of these positions, so I guess they had to throw him in there somewhere. All right, so
Giannis plays point guard.
Yeah, y'all want to rapid fire?
I'll be very fast. Yeah, rapid fire. So basically, what team do I think make the playoffs that didn't go last year? I'm gonna say the Pelicans. My conference finals, I got Rockets and Lakers, and the Bucks and Sixers. My NBA finals, I got the Rockets and the Bucks. NBA champions, I think that the fashion show is gonna pull it out, and the Rockets will win the entire thing.
All right. I'm drinking Kool-Aid all day in the West. Easy pick for who's going to make the playoffs who didn't last year. The Lakers instead of the Thunder.
I forgot about them.
I'm looking at the Mavs, but I see the Spurs maybe getting that 8th spot, and the Mavs just missing out.
I forgot the Lakers ain't make it.
So the Lakers instead of the Thunder is the only solid one that I have. In the other conference, we're just going to swap Florida teams. I got the Heat making it instead of the Magic. In 2016, I said 76ers would be the 2020 NBA champs. This was when we were still the worst team in the league. We were acquiring assets and all of that stuff. Everybody I knew that I said that to personally laughed me out of the wherever we were talking. It could happen. It could happen. Conference finals, Lakers Clippers, Sixers Bucks. NBA finals, Lakers Sixers. But this is where I jump off of my pick. I got the Lakers winning it all. I drank that Kool-Aid. All right, B, hurry up. We got 30 seconds. Okay.
Oh, hey. Yo, B will put his books somewhere else online. Follow B Austin at Sword Epiphany. But yo,
no. Oh man, I'm tripping. Yo, Lakers. I got Bucks Sixers, Lakers Warriors, NBA Finals, Lakers Bucks, and I got the Greek Freak as the champ, aka the Bucks are no longer the Stuck.
Let's get
all right, no doubt. So you got the Kareem chip. Anyway, man, thank you, brother, for another
then the show is over. But if we don't end the show, then the show won't be over.
Yo! Wow. All right, let's make this brief then. Shout out to everybody who chimed in any way possible. Special shout out to Gus Griffin. Special shout out to Rob for the obvious points he made. Shout out to everybody, man. And shout out to everybody who watch NBA this week. Enjoy the NBA.
We love y'all.
Catch everything we do go to our hub, warroomsports.com. You can find everything we do there. That's warroomsports.com, warroomsports.com, warroomsports.com. Pick up my book at sportsthebook.com or at the hub, warroomsports.com. But until next time, everybody, accept mediocrity, be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we'll see you chumps on top. Because if we see you chumps on top, we'll see you on top.
That means y'all at the top.
6 to 8. Yeah. War Room Sports. Y'all ready? Let's go. Stay in tune to Jimmy. Know the blueprint. Yo. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev. PJ, B. Austin, Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. If not, dial 323-140012. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Yeah. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic and the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Portrait secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, PJ, Got Back, B. Austin. I'm Jock. Up and coming on the beat.
War Room Sports. www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.